Board members, get you take your seats, and we'll get started here pretty soon. Well, we're getting ready here. There's a few board members are coming online, and some are traveling, and it's going to be a little bit of a different morning this morning. Our agenda's a little bit changed, so we're starting a little bit late. We had, item one was discussion on tax reform. Speaker Brad Wilson was scheduled, but I've been informed he'll be here approximately 10:15. Also, there's so I'm going to move the charter school task force report to number one, but actually number one will be my chair's report from yesterday because we ran out of time. So I'm going to do that first, and then we'll get into the we'll get into the charter school task force report, and then we'll try to get back into on our schedule. So we appreciate your patience, and those in the audience, safety and that, again, those of you that aren't familiar with our building, in case of emergency, we exit to the right or to the east out these doors. As soon as you get the hallway, you can turn right or left, and you'll find yourself outside the building. So that's how we will evacuate this area. And then the restrooms, for your convenience, are just outside the doors across from the hall. So with that, we'll get started. There's in my chair report, I wanted to talk a little bit. There's a picture up here. You'll see myself, Superintendent Dixon, and a really nice guy. This nice guy passed away last Thanksgiving, and I want to just spotlight him a little bit because he has been spotlighted in the education community before. He's a good friend, a neighbor, spent a lot of time in central Utah, rural Utah there in Fillmore. His name is Robert Ag Nilsson, born August 6, 1925, passed away November 28, 2019, which was Thanksgiving Day. I'm not going to read his obituary. I have a copy here, and there's quite a few online and that, but a little bit about Ag. Served in the Army and served well, served in the American Legion as an honor guard and until he got to the point he couldn't hold the rifle up. He graduated from Utah State University, and he taught school for 35 years. In 1978, he was the Utah Teacher of the Year.
The first Utah.
What's that?
Very first Utah.
Which, oh, there you go. The first Utah Teacher of the Year. In 1983, he was a Utah Vocational Teacher of the Year. In 2017, he was recognized at the Utah Teacher of the Year banquet for adding to that 35 years, 25 additional years teaching GED at Millard High School and the Millard County Jail. I'm doing the math, I think that's 60 years. He's served in many capacities in scouting and is for his church, and he was honored. He received numerous awards that I'm not gonna list. To know Ag never wanted the attention. All he wanted to do is serve and teach, and he will surely be missed. In 2017, there's still a lot of hop and a skip, but his health kind of caught up with him, and the last few years he hasn't been able to teach. So with this, we talk about the education community and how it's really hard for teachers, and we spend a lot of time trying to bring those betterments to the classroom environments, to students, and et cetera. But Ag reminds me of when I go into a school, there's a lot of Ags out there. And you can go in there, and you don't have to walk very far and see a classroom, and you see a school teacher in there that is excited to be there, and the kids are excited. There's this aura about education when it's happening, and you can find it in just every school. And so I wanted to take the moment to just reintroduce ag, if you can't remember them from being in some of the little news things that are out there. And then also invite us as we're out and about to find and recognize the other ags that are all over our education community, and pause for a minute and thank them for their service, and listen and for a little bit of what makes them tick, and acknowledge them for their service. And so that concludes my chair's report. Is there any questions on ag? I have if somebody wants to read it, I have it up here. Really a good guy, and he'll be missed. Okay. Moving to our next agenda item